and we have to kill the game just there in Ghana. Because, Katwish, look at the record in the last 6 games, how we have performed fantastic with scoring a lot of goals. So obviously that's a motivation factor. And again, the World Cup, appearance, I think it has given us a lot of improvement because of that level of exposure. Because the way Zambia, after the World Cup, but before the World Cup, we were exposed to a lot of high, profile-friendly matches, and that made us also to collect maximum point in one of the game at the World Cup against Costa Rica. And then after the World Cup, the performance has been very, very excellent, especially the scoring pace. And we have also been reducing in terms of allowing the goals. So obviously there were a lot of lessons during the World Cup. And so we'll go with that experience. Again, like my colleague has already, talked about the Olympic experience. So obviously the girls knows and understand how valuable the Olympics
Which
are.
team is better on paper?
Well, Zambia is better on the paper this time around because of the performance from.
So you gave us the rankings. Ghana is better than Zambia.
My friend, sometimes rankings does not play in this football. We are talking
Just
about.
like the paper doesn't play.
Yes. If the paper plays, then would have seen Cameroon playing in the finals of the African Cup of Nations. And again, Katushi, we have to take note that in Ghana, they believe that Kumasi is the home.
I'm shocked that they've moved it away from Kumasi because Kumasi is more hostile.
Sometimes when you are losing, sometimes you may end up making wrong decisions because Kumasi is the home of I want to say Zambian football. Is the home of Ghanaian football. They believe that the Babayara Stadium, arguably the best to the Ghanaian. Now, I'm surprising that they have taken this game to Accra, which is unpopular in terms of the Ghanaian when it comes to the performance of the team.
This is definitely a very crucial game for Zambia. And away, you pick a positive result away, you come back home, you just finish it off.
Yes, if you look at the last game where we played against Angola, back-to-back wins, scoring 12 goals in 2 matches, that tells you to say striking force, we don't have problems. And also defensively, you have got players with more experience. And I think just to add on what the big man has actually said, if you also consider the performance at the AFCON, I think we did very well coming third. That was a very good performance. So that also adds an extra incentive as far as going to this game. So I've got no doubt, I think we need to collect maximum points to make sure that we progress.
We can only wish the Copper Queens all the best as they face Ghana this Friday. And this will be in the Olympic qualifying game, and the return leg will be at the Lady Mwanawasa Stadium in Ndola. So we ask on the soccer fans to turn up in numbers and cheer the ladies. Let's move on and still talk about women's football. The Zambia Under-17 national women's football will face Uganda, and this is after, beating Tanzania.
Well, I would say losing to Tanzania in the second round of the match is an eye-opener, and I think that one is going to has given us an edge of, approaching the next game with a lot of experience because we lost in Tanzania in our last game after smashing, is it 5-0 at Colombo? So obviously going into this game against Uganda, and of course Uganda is a better side than Tanzania when it comes to women football. So I think the technical bench learned a lot of lessons, and we hope that what they learned from that loss, it's going to be interpreted into a win because they have to go with a different tactical approach, looking at the way we played in Tanzania because we were under pressure, and Tanzania found the back of the net in the early minutes of the game. So going into this match, I think a lot of lessons were learned in Tanzania, and we have to have a positive approach coming to the game against Uganda.
We must certainly beat, Uganda.
Yeah, we have to beat Uganda. But if you look at the last game, they managed to eliminate Cameroon with a player. And defensively, I think we also need to improve. Our goalkeeper, I think she was brilliant in that game at Colombo Stadium. We look forward to see the same performance in the game against Uganda. But at the moment, the qualifying rounds are still on. It's not that when we beat Uganda back-to-back, we'll automatically
issue. The Football Association of Zambia and the referees have finally, resolved the standoff.
Wow, it's a good move for us. Kudos to them. But so many lessons because you know, it sometimes came as a disturbing thing where teams have prepared, teams have traveled, have covered miles, only to reach at the venue. Two teams are prepared for the match, and only to see that the referee are nowhere to be seen. But it's good that they settled it out and they settled it off, and we have seen
the
that.
issue was all about money.
Yeah, the issue is all about money, and you know, everyone has a right. If I want money, I can boycott at times. But what matters is how, or more so, to travel at the venue, spend a lot of money, resources towards that, and then not showing up. It would have been better maybe to communicate early that we are unable to officiate the games. But all is water under the bridge. The good thing is that it has been sorted out.
Hope this issue won't repeat itself.
Now we're hoping that such things won't be happening in football because it actually demoralizes even the referees themselves in terms of officiating. I think we've had a lot of challenges, but we hope that fans will actually put this issue to an end and to make sure that in future we don't experience the same problems. But at the moment, I think that was very disappointing. It's good that it was settled out.